All right, welcome back everybody. This is MDawg. Hopefully this is going to work. As you can see, I've got this second window, and I'll let you go ahead and watch me catch this first fish. So this is my main account, and we are actually at Oldberg with algae and cabbage, just trying to get lucky on a black carp. So if anything exciting happens over there, I'll let you know. But the main thing you're here to see and that I'm here to do is continue our experience, episode 2 of this leveling guide. Let's get to it. So it's going to be nighttime here. Let's see if we have anything going on in the cafe. I know we talked about going to winding, which I still kind of want to do, except the only thing that's making me hesitate is that we haven't gotten that roach yet. Not that we have to get the roach next. In fact, with more feeders, as I probably said last time, it could actually help us in that pursuit. So if we skipped over that for now, stage 2 chub, that kind of happens on accident, or it can. So yeah, we start working on dace. So stage 3-1, dace and bleak. What time is it? It's just after midnight. So let's just set up and start catching whatever random fish we catch here. And then we'll go, once it's closer to morning, we'll actually go to winding and start working on those. This will give me a second to actually look and see what spot we want to check out first on these. I don't think I'm going to put the other float in because we're not going to be here that long. We're just catching a couple random fish. All right, so what did I say? 3-1. So we'll go for the, is dace first? It actually shows the dace one before the 180 grams on winding. And I guess that makes sense because we could accidentally catch the bleak while going for the dace. So we want to use, you know, 18 to 20 size hook probably, caster. First fish on our nice new float rod here, by the way. So we probably do not have any casters. And for the dace, casters really probably is our best bet. Let's check weeklies though before we commit to that. I mean, I don't mind buying casters. We want to have casters either way. What was this? Oh, a fish at night. Interesting. How did we not have that fish at night yet? We do have a fish on main account, although it is a very small gibble carp, so nothing to see here. Just throwing it back out. There's these short windows of time when the black carp are more likely to come in, so we'll see if it happens. It's got to be a 5 kilo black carp. Yesterday I had a 4 point, I don't remember what it was, 4.87. So that's always exciting. All right, let's look at weeklies for dace. We want to look at telescopic. We want to look at weekly. Go down to days. Yeah, it does look like casters probably. Caster bloodworm sandwich or just caster. All right, so let's see if we can get some casters. Let's also see if an 18 hook is readily available. Or a 24 hook for when we get to bleak. I mean, you can't have enough 24 hooks. We're not quite high enough level. What level do we need to be? 8? We're almost there. Oh, we don't have enough silver. I forgot we spent all our silver because we got that kit right at the end, right? So if I wanted to get an 18, that would cost me 3. We at least have the option then. Let's go ahead and do it. If we make a little bit of silver here real quick before we leave, we could always try to grab that 8, but it probably will still be in stock. I mean, it's worth getting the 24 or 2 so that we can more easily catch rough so that we can catch bleak at winding super easy. It's pretty much worth having, but all right, let's hit this hard. Let's go ahead and put a third one in. Do we want to keep worm on there? What else do we have? I really just want to use bread. And this one's at 1 meter, which is fine. All right, we're using all 3 rods, 2 of them float. Let's go. So remember, the goal here is second feeder rod, and it's another night fish. We are so close on night fish. Second feeder rod and big, but first shovel. Shovel's the main goal, right? We want that shovel. Get nibble on both. I think about 4:30, unless something really crazy is happening here. Around 4:30, I picked up the feeder too soon, by the way. I didn't. I put it right back down, but it still might have messed up that nibble. You got to wait till the fish is actually on. That was a significant change in the game. It's probably been 2 to 3 years ago now. So back in the day, when the feeder started to get a bite, the fish was already on. There's level 8. We can use those hooks now. Let's see what the gift is. Ooh, sweet dough. So nice. We can catch really big crucian carp sometimes on sweet dough. So they made that change where now it's kind of more like float. Where you see the nibble coming in first. But unlike float, you don't have to set the hook on feeder bottom fishing because it's auto sets the hook. You just have to be patient enough to let it go through that process. So that used to not happen, and I suppose it's a good change. It sort of keeps you a little bit more engaged, and it closes the distance at least a little bit on like skill for bottom versus float fishing. It doesn't completely, and in a lot of instances at least, I feel like bottom fishing is still significantly better than float, but float has gotten better, and that helps. So I like the volume of fish we're catching right now. It's so nice having 3 rods in the water, and who knows, we might sneak in like some random cafe order. I didn't look real close on the Gibble Crucian stuff. I think I remember seeing a roach order, which we're not going to probably do because it's middle of the night. But oh, I was supposed to be looking where we're going. Oh, it's 114, 126 was the suggestion on this guide I'm looking at. So I think there's some newer suggestions, but we can go try that first to see about getting that dace. We want to go. So bleak, you always want to be fishing like right at the top. Dace, you actually want to have it down just a little bit. We'll probably do about 30, 35 depth on the float. And we'll try to use 2 floats. It's hard on the current. So the difference at winding rivulet versus mosquito is mosquito's a lake, winding rivulet obviously is a river. And so that current, float fishing on the current means that everything's moving. So it's not quite as simple float fishing with multiple rods. Still possible, but this has been a long nibble. One of the changes with float fishing, thankfully, is that although you still have these long nibbles on like crucian, gibble, roach, that kind of stuff, they certainly did decrease it. It used to just be outlandish at times. It still feels like it can go on too long like this one, but in large measure, it's slowed down. I mean, it's been quicker. You don't always get these super long bites anymore. All right, it's moving, so I'm going to take it. Now that can still be a nibble when it's doing that slow move, but I figured since it had been nibbling for so long, that was probably it. And we actually need to start heading, I think. Let's see if we did anything sneaky at the cafe. I don't think we did, but let's just double check. And we'll sell fish now here, and we'll travel to Winding for the first time on this new account. So we really don't have anything really unfortunate how that worked out. But we get 7.46 silver, which is 807. I don't think that's quite enough, which that's okay. We're starting with Dace anyway, so we don't have to be able to get this hook immediately. 8.2, it's so close, but that's fine. Let's go to Winding. First time going to Winding. I think just like Mosquito, it auto gives us the map. Any maps after these two maps that you can go to starting at level 1, you have to purchase the map. And oh, no, we do not have a map. So we have to buy the map for Winding. So let's see how that works. You go to administration and buy the map. 5 silver. Okay, so let's actually, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. So we're going down to 114, 126, which all the way down at the end, we want to have, let's do an 18. Oh, I need to buy the bait. Whew, knew there was something. We may not have enough. We may not have enough for caster. I could have waited on the map, but I had totally forgotten about buying casters. Oh, they're out of stock. All right. Size 20, bloodworm, 18 centimeter depth. We're going to try to make a tiny bit of silver real quick and then go back to Mosquito. So I'm fishing right up here at the front, at the start. See if I can get used to this, having... We could do a different bait, but I guess we'll do it like this. Still not getting used to it. Huh. It is a little early. All right, this is a little chaotic. Let's just make sure nothing's going on here at Old Berg. Oh, it looks like we are getting a nibble. All right, let's just focus on one float. See if we're getting bites at all. It's almost 5 a.m. The bites could start to come in. This spot right here at the spawn, you know, we just kind of came left back here to the spawn area. This almost always will catch you something, either bleak or dace or something like that. It may not be the best, but it's usually at least active for something. Can't believe on these large 1 hooks with carp baits, we're catching these little gibbles and stuff on my main account. All right, it's 5:20. We'll try one more time. If there's nothing there, then we'll maybe try pearl barley since we have a little bit of that from the gift. I do like how long this rod is. I mean, we get to sort of walk it pretty far down, which is nice. I'm going to go a little bit further up. That wind, we're like definitely the cast, everything's so light, we're being impacted by the wind big time. But we did get it closer to us here. There we go. I think it might have just been time of day. Okay, so there's a bleak. So bleak and dace, two really nice ways to level up your float fishing, make some silver, make some XP. There actually is a really nice couple spots for bleak that's up on the pond area here at E4. And then you don't have to worry about current. So there is a little pond here at Winding. But to have a chance at dace and some of the other fish, sometimes it's nice to be out here on the river. That was probably a bleak the way it went down like that. If you'll notice, compared to like crucian gibel, roach and stuff, we're not having to deal with these slow nibbles, right? Usually once a fish gets on there, it's going under. Just like that. And that is a dace. First dace, 6.3 on float, almost 100 grams. That's actually what we want. That's why we're here, really, because those are such good silver and XP for our level. And then we also need them for some challenges here. All right, so I'm going to put this down to 28 depth. Try to embrace. Missed that one. One of the baits you really want, although it can be a little expensive for a low-level account, but if you can get your hand on flies, they will often catch really good-sized bleak pretty consistently. So you will typically, once you kind of get a handle on fishing for bleak, you'll typically make your money back and then some. So it's often a good way to go about making money off of bleak is to use flies. Recently, flies have been really good here for bleak, but there's a lot of other baits that work too, like bloodworm, what we're using now, pearl barley, maggots, even worm. I mean, as long as you have a small enough hook size on there, there's several baits that have a chance at bleak. All right, there we go. That's going to be a bleak. Oh, I'm sorry, that's another dace. So we're at 6.5 on float. We're just not making money right now. I was kind of hoping we would make some silver to run back to Mosquito. I'm guessing the casters are not out of stock at Mosquito, but we'll see. Pressing Z to zoom in, by the way. I hit that one too soon. We're still getting a nibble though. Yeah, we're good. So that's a nice bleak. It's at least a marker. I mean, if nothing else, like this is just kind of how you level your skills up, right? Just putting the time in. There's another bleak. So we're trying to sit at a depth where we're still catching bleak pretty quick, but we increase our chances a little bit for those days. Now we may get lucky and have a bleak order. I guess I need to check that, because that's one way we could make some quick silver if we have a bleak order here. That's a little roach. Looked like a bleak bite, and it was. All right, let's look at the cafe. We're so close, we can just look real quick. All right, no bleak, unfortunately. Yeah, really nothing. Do we have any silver yet? 7 silver, so we get that hook. Let's get one more money fish, either a bleak marker or a dace marker. And then let's go check on casters, and we'll go try that different spot out. I mean, really, we're meant to be fishing for dace further down the river right now in a very specific spot. But, by the way, I'm telling you, like, my black carp bait is just not working. I'm just literally catching... too many gibbles right now. Yeah, sorry, I think I just missed that one. Oh, it's still going? Oh. All right, what was that most recent fish? Yeah, not non-marker dace. Okay. Okay. Man, sometimes we would be in the money right now because of cafe orders, but because those non-marker bleak cafe orders are the best. But not so much today. I went too quick. I was predicting there. You do need to like give it a second, let it go under. There we go. That looks like a marker. All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. Can we get another quick one? Too small. Let's go further up. The wind has slowed down, so we can cast a little better now. Love it. Love it. I wish they were bigger, but I love it. We've got 9 bloodworms left, so we're also needing to potentially buy more bloodworms. Bloodworms, casters, maggots, all those baits are very cheap as long as they're in stock. And very relevant baits to low-level stuff. Hey, that looks like a good one. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's go check it out. So, looking at the cafe, maybe the roach. And there's just not a lot we're going to do here with this cafe, which is a bummer. I mean, it almost makes me want to go fish at Mosquito again. All right, there's 12 silver. So look at that. Over 5 silver for that little dace. The bleak add up as well. We just didn't quite get it as big of the bleak as you sometimes see. But that's some silver. And that was also our most expensive fish. That at least allows us to look at the baits and then possibly get that hook as well. I don't know if 2167 is changing at Oldberg, if things have just really changed that much. I just caught a common carp and have hardly seen any grass carp and no black carp. Okay, let's look at baits. I kind of do want to go try that day spot just to see if it's still working, but I also, I wish the cafe was better. All right, so we do have casters. So we get 30 of them for 4. I think that's got to be enough for now. Bloodworms are very cheap, 30 for $1.80. And then we still have enough for 1 small hook. All right, here we go. So arguably we could even do better now. On bleak, because now we have the small hooks. All right, but let's go check this out. So we're going to go all the way up to, what did I say? 114, 126. We're going to see see if I can do 2 things at once here. So we're going all the way up to here, G3 or so, 114, 126. And we're going to see if there's some decent dace up here still. There were a couple days ago. Are there still here? We're about to find out. Now, we do want to figure out... So I guess this would be here. This is a little different than what I have experienced lately. Does this look like what they're doing? Yeah, except they're casting. Let's just try it one time. Doesn't hurt to try. All right, we're gonna go. Let's use what they said. 18 caster. Let's go to like 33. Let's just cast it out right here. That's probably not quite far enough away from the shore. I don't know. Let's try that. Let's just see if we get a bite. If not, we'll move to the spot that I'm used to, which is like right next door to this. But let's just see if this does anything. So nice slow drift with the current. See, we're using casters for the first time as a bait. And I don't know. We'll see. So far, nothing. I'm not going to say this spot's not working. It just surprises me this was the recommendation from this guide because it's so close to another spot that I know was working a couple days ago. I just assumed that's where this was going to be. All right, so we didn't get anything here. Let's just try the other spot real quick. So right here and right here are just known dace, sometimes bleak spots. Let's try this. Now, this is a pretty far cast for our little selves. Yeah, let's just do 28. Caster. Kind of want to just do this one straight out and then slant it. The main one that we're going to be focused on is this one. Oh, I do want to get our feeder in the water too. There is no point in not having the feeder in. Let's just take the bottom, let's just take that off for now. We'll just leave worms in. Any nibbles at all? No nibbles at all. Ooh, that one just went under. Let's see what this was. All right, first fish on caster is a roach. We'll take it though. All right, let's put this one right back out just in front of us. And let's put this one out here. We'll just keep an eye on that other one. The other one won't be drifting with the current very long because it's going to get to the end of its spot. All right, what are we catching on feeder here on worm? Looks like a perch maybe. All right, I think both went under. Yep. This one we missed, but we did get this one. Let's see what this is. Roach. All right, I'm going to move this a whole operation. We're going to move our whole operation upriver just a little bit, only because we haven't had a caster yet. Which, you know, sometimes they're slow coming, but I'm wondering if now the bottom feeder might do better down here. I actually want to take the clip off and let this go out a little farther. And I think I'm going to put a smaller hook, 20 or 24. Let's go 20, but let's keep worm. And let's take the clip off. So control minus until there is no clip. Well, let's clip it at, actually I'm going to do a clip. Let's clip it at 12. We're just going to go straight out here. And we'll just come check it every once in a while. But this is where I want to try. I want to try for dace, but I also want to put one in for bleak. So we're going to come back up to the surface here, 18 centimeter. Oh, shoot. Oh, we caught it. We caught it, chat. All right, it's going to be a dace. Oh, it's an eyed. Not what you want to see, but that's okay. We'll try again. All right, and this one we want to get out there a little bit, and then I'm going to angle it as far as I can so it stays pretty good for a little bit. But we're going to hold this one. This is the main one. And then if we see that other one go down, then we'll obviously grab it. But that is a nice bleak. All right, let's keep watching it. Keep watching our dace line. All right, our bottom feeder down there has something on it. Normally you'd want to switch it by now. It's another bleak. So the bleak seem to be strong here. Still not sure that this is a good dace spot. The bleak seem to be strong though. which is fine. All right, what are we catching on feeder? A roach, but we are up to 5.3. All right, let me think for a minute. I'll tell you what. I am, I'm going to see what this last fish is on this nibble, and then I'm going to just exit out of my main account because this spot is doing dreadful right now. Okay, let me look and see if there's any other interesting... So 99, 121, but that's using redworm or bark. We are going to have to get bark beetle or whatever those things are called eventually. All right, bleak at 72.85. That's at the starter, and that's on fly. I didn't check to see if fly's in stock. There's all that stuff. When's the last time somebody posted a dace spot? Oh, here's Ide and dace. That is 108, 124, or 110, 125. And this was posted a couple of days ago. .22 hook with those things. Catching dace. Didn't mean to do that. Where is the 108, 124? Oh, that's this spot right here. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. But we are seeing the bleak. So it really may be okay. All right, let me make sure I don't have... Of course, now we catch a carp. It's not too big. Oh, and it dropped off. Yeah, okay, we're done. We're done over here. We are done over here. Okay. It's that time of day where everything's going to be slow. But that's okay. Let's put this right here. So it's a little closer, but still kind of in that spot that we think's working decently well. We're going to go to 20. And we're going to stay at 33. And then this will probably continue to catch bleak, to be honest. So you see how it's a little more chaotic trying to do this with the current with multiple float. There's an argument to be made with float fishing on the current of just using one. If you use two or certainly three, until you really get the rhythm down super well, and even still, like I just feel like you are going to miss some bites. Look how slow this is with this time of day. This is just when fishing is slowest. I think if we were patient with the bleak one, we're more likely to do well right now than with the day setup in this spot at least. But if we want to catch bleak, I mean there are typically other options for bleak. I just want to try to find a good dace spot or just get lucky on a dace. Yeah, that's a nice bleak. 59. So we got our dace line a little farther out this time. Nothing. I mean, we did have a couple of days at the beginning spot at least. Now, I think the feeder fishing is going to be better down here. All right, there's white bream. I think we'll do better overall on the feeder fishing up here. All right, let's try to be a little bit more patient on this one. I'm just going to walk it down. We're not going to get the other one out this time. Starting to get a little later in the day, so bite rate might pick up again a little bit. At least we're still leveling up our bottom fishing, right? All right, are we missing bites down here? Doesn't look like it. Look how fast these bites are on the feeder. Just one after another. All right, so we got a bite right there. Was it a dace? No, it was a nace. There was a fish on there. It just hadn't, I didn't give it time to register. I mean, it had even started to move the line. All right. I don't know. We're definitely not, it doesn't look like we're going to get to our goal of buying the shovel this episode. There's a, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just put off by the cafe orders. I think, you know, there's plenty of silver to be had. There's a ton of fish that we want to catch here at Winding, need to catch for challenges and stuff. Just not having the best little session here. Even still making a little bit of silver. Oh, there's a rough order now. We're halfway there on the roach. Okay. So, do we try this again? See if we can get a couple decent fish up here. I try to, even when I'm fishing with 2 float on the current, I try to like think of like, okay, this is my main float. Like I'm not going to miss a fish on this one. If I miss a fish on the other one, that's okay. But I'm not going to miss a fish on this one. Or at least I'm going to try really hard. Ah, oh, we got it. Crazy things are happening here, folks, but there is a method to the madness. Oh, got it. Nice. We were patient and it paid off. All right, that's a nice bleak. So we're starting to hit a few fish here. Let's keep this going. So that was a perch on feeder, by the way. Not that it too much matters. We're just trying to level up bottom fishing while we're float fishing here without being too disruptive. All right. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty much all bleak up here right now, at least. And this is the nice thing about bleak. They're very forgiving in these nibbles. Like, we're not missing that many bites considering how hectic and chaotic this little setup we have going is. We're actually doing pretty well. And remember, you can always let that feeder wait. Oh, nice bleak. All right, let's get this set up. And I'm gonna get the feeder before we recast the other float. Another perch. I don't remember if there's a little perch order on the cafe. It's probably not, and it's too bad. All right. Where's the float? Oh, it's in the fish's mouth. Another bleak. We're at 11.5 on float, by the way. I mean, just leveling it so quickly. It's great. Now, this would be a lot more chill if we had gone the normal path that I would recommend, which is having 2 feeders and only 1 float. Then we would probably just have a lot more relaxed experience. It's only because of these New Year's challenges, a lot of the early ones involving float fishing, and wanting to have a slightly stronger float rod, that we got off on this different path. So both caster and bloodworm doing really well. Using small hooks, 20 on the caster, 24 on the bloodworm. And really both of them catching the fish we want to catch. That's a nice bleak. Oh, nope. I thought it was just going to be a marker. It was not. And, all right, that's far enough. Is this another little perch? Or is this a river mussel? Cool. All right, it won't be long till we're technically in nighttime and these stop biting. So let's get a couple more while we can. It'd be cool to see one over 100 grams. Just one big boy. Most likely to see it probably first thing in the morning, but you can, on these bleak, you never know. I mean, you can see them at all kinds of different times. Even though we had dace here earlier, we have not had dace this afternoon here. up in this spot at spawn. It's been all about those bleak. Ooh, that was nice. We've actually caught a good many bleak. This has been very good. Look at these river mussels coming in. Oh, perfect timing. I think that's a dace. 110. So let's look and see what we actually need. That hit level 9 though. Ooh, we got a 16 hook. That's a nice hook. We'll definitely take a happy hook. So that was 110. It's got to be 180 for the challenge. That one was 110. We need 70 more grams. Let's reset this one. That might have been a 10 silver dace, by the way. Anything over 100 grams on a dace ends up being very lucrative. I can't believe we caught this. It took so long. Oh, it's a 62 gram bleak. That might have been the best one of the day. Was the best cast ever. I'd say we probably have another river. Wait, what is this? Ooh, hold everything. Oh, wrong one. Yes. Again, that feeder rod is going to probably hold that fish on there. So I'll drop it, happily drop it, especially with a little chub on there. When we have a chance of catching one of our dace or bleak. I don't know, it's getting pretty late. Can we get one more? These both ended up very close. Let's see if it works. Sometimes it does. One of them could go down. Before they put this little thing in that we stand on, that really used to be a pretty common distance away from shore to cast these. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't know how we got that. I will take it though. What a beautiful dace. Look at that dace. Okay, so we got that challenge, 226 gram. Man, what a beautiful dace that was. It's just too lucrative to not just try again. I mean, they're going to stop biting here pretty soon, but All right, now we need a bleak that's 85 grams. I mean, I bet we're not too far off of that already, but the bleak one definitely a little easier than the dace. Once we focus it. We might even be able to do it without flies. I don't know. All right. It's getting pretty late. Oh, yes. Wow. How about that, huh? How about that? Bleak dace, one right after another. And, man, that is nice. All right. So now we just need a fish weighing 2.5 kilos using telescopic rod on mosquito. And, you know, that's just going to be a common carp or a really decent bream. So that's no big deal. The baits could be an issue for bream especially, but we can probably figure it out. Oh, that was just amazing though. I love that. The only downside of hitting that is that it's actually just a really good idea at such a low level to focus on catching bleak. And okay, we're getting almost 19 silver. So let's like make sure we understand the value that we're getting here. So for, if you hit weight, for 5 bleak, that would have been worth, I mean, literally nothing. I mean, not literally nothing. Let's see exactly how much they would have been worth. So if we go and we click on bleak and then we do by weight. So it would have been worth 0.15 silver. And at the cafe, we're turning 0.15 silver into 18.9 silver. I don't know the math. I don't know how many hundreds of percentages of an increase that is. But those are the kind of like cafe deals you just want to be on the lookout for. It's just so good. Do y'all think we could get 2 rough out of the pond? I do, although I don't know that I want to do it. I do think we could do it, but that white bream order is, we could also go do, but that's okay. All right, by price. So check this out. 12 silver for the 226. So I was wrong, 6. But guess what? These prices are going to be down a little bit because so many people are fishing these fish for this event, right? Still, we just got 52 silver. That's 73 silver total, which means I know our goal is getting that shovel. I think, to be fair, I think I did say either get the shovel or get a second feeder rod, or both. I mean, that is what we want, right? All right, we have 3.5 line. We're so close to being able to afford this as well, but I don't think we need it. I mean, I think it makes sense to get a second exactly what we have already. How much was this 3.5? 12? I think it's worth it. Okay. 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 Alrighty. I think we need to wrap it up pretty quick, but we may have time. Let me see. Oh, we don't really have time. Okay. All right. So we're set up. We've done a good job. We've gone right at an hour. So that's good. We are going to get the shovel. Yeah, this is basically our setup now. According to what we're doing. Here at Mosquito, we're probably doing this. If it were at Winding, in some situations we may use 2 float, but not necessarily. But I feel really good about our equipment. I really like what we're doing right now. I love the fact that we made progress, and towards the end of this episode at least, started making some really good silver on those bleak and dace. Even without total cooperation from the cafe, we got a little bit of cooperation on that bleak order, but besides that, anyway. Okay, so next time, I think we'll probably focus on trying to get the roach here at Mosquito. We'll see, but I think that's what we'll first do, is try to get that roach for the next challenge. And then from there, we'll just, continue to try to hit them one at a time. We're going to run into some challenges with bait. So we really need to get that shovel. And then when you get the shovel, you'll realize you need to start dipping your toe into cooking to get some tea to drive the shoveling. You'll see what I mean. It's not as complicated as it sounds. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap it up here, and I will see you in episode 3 very soon. Peace out.